Greetings. Welcome to the AI Build, where today we ask how a company worth $1.5 billion managed to evaporate in a matter of weeks. This startup was backed by Microsoft and the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Qatar. It raised over $500 million and promised software as easy as ordering pizza. Its founder called himself the Chief Wizard. He owned conference stages from London to Davos, while some of the smartest investors alive lined up to fund him. The pitch was that artificial intelligence could assemble your custom app almost automatically, a friendly digital assistant doing the work of an entire engineering department in minutes. But in the spring of 2025, auditors finally opened the books, and what they found inside would bring the whole glittering machine crashing down. Sales had allegedly been inflated by roughly 300%, invoices had quietly circled between friendly companies, and polished forecasts had been used to raise ever more money. When the lenders realized what was happening, they reached straight into the company accounts and seized $37 million, leaving barely enough behind to pay anyone. Within days, a unicorn valued at $1.5 billion filed for insolvency, and roughly 1,000 employees lost their jobs, almost literally overnight. The wreckage stretches from London to Delhi to Silicon Valley, and it captures exactly what happens when billions of dollars chase a story faster than the truth. This is the story of Builder.ai, the startup that sold the world artificial intelligence while allegedly running on something far older and far more human. Sachin Dev Duggal was born in London to an entrepreneurial family, and by his teenage years he was already assembling computers and building automated trading systems. Friends describe a fast-talking, endlessly confident technologist, the kind of person who could make a complicated idea sound inevitable before you had finished your coffee. By his early 20s, he had co-founded a cloud computing company, years before most of the business world had even heard the phrase, the cloud. In 2016, he zeroed in on a real problem. Building software was still painfully slow and wildly expensive for every ordinary business that needed it. His answer was seductive in its simplicity. Getting a custom app built should feel as easy and as cheap as ordering a pizza on a Friday. He called the company Engineer.ai, later rebranded to the catchier Builder.ai, and he gave its magic a face and a name. That name was Natasha, an artificial intelligence assistant that would supposedly slice your idea into reusable blocks and snap most of your app together automatically. Human developers would just polish the edges. At least that was the version told to customers, to journalists, and to every investor willing to listen. Yet as far back as 2019, the Wall Street Journal reported that most of the work was allegedly being done by hand, by engineers, largely in India. According to former employees, the artificial intelligence was not really building the apps. The artificial intelligence was, in large part, a spectacularly effective piece of marketing. Fast forward to late 2022, a chatbot called ChatGPT launches, and almost overnight, the entire world loses its collective mind over artificial intelligence. Suddenly, every fund on the planet needed artificial intelligence in its portfolio at absolutely any price, and skepticism became the scarcest commodity in the market. Builder.ai had been an artificial intelligence company since before it was cool. It had the domain, the story, and it had Natasha. The money followed fast. The Qatar Investment Authority led a $250 million round in May of 2023 alone. In total, the company raised over $500 million, pushing its valuation past $1.5 billion and swelling the dream ever larger. Then came the crown jewel. Microsoft itself took an equity stake and announced a strategic partnership that would wire Natasha directly into its Teams messaging platform. There were awards, keynote invitations, and glowing profiles. The press crowned a new British artificial intelligence champion, and the chief wizard took his victory laps. Offices spanned continents, partnerships multiplied, and to the outside world, this looked like the future of software, a unicorn galloping in exactly the right direction. Yet with all those sophisticated investors writing all those enormous checks, remarkably few people seem to have looked very hard under the actual hood, because according to what auditors and journalists would later uncover, inside the company, the numbers were telling a completely different and far darker story. For a startup, growth is oxygen. The valuation, the next funding round, and the entire myth all depend on revenue climbing up and to the right. And Builder.ai's revenue was climbing beautifully. On paper, the company reported roughly $180 million of sales for 2023. For 2024, the number grew again to around $220 million, exactly the kind of curve that keeps investors writing checks. But according to reporting by Bloomberg, a strange pattern was hiding inside those numbers, and it involved an Indian technology company called Verse Innovation. From 2021 to 2024, the two companies allegedly exchanged nearly identical invoices worth millions for services that were reportedly never actually rendered. The practice has a name: round tripping. I bill you 10 million, you bill me 10 million, and we both get to book brand new revenue. Money moving in a circle, sales conjured out of thin air. Both companies have denied wrongdoing, but the auditors would later find the pattern hard to ignore. Investigators also described fictitious invoices and inflated forecasts allegedly used to raise fresh capital, a machine built to manufacture the appearance of unstoppable momentum. Every invented dollar pumped the story bigger. Every bigger story attracted more real dollars. And the balloon kept swelling because nobody wanted it to stop. If those restated figures are right, then for every genuine dollar of revenue, roughly 3 more may have been pure fiction sold to trusting investors. Meanwhile, the product itself kept collecting skeptics. Customers described missed deadlines and buggy builds that felt distinctly unlike the work of a tireless machine intelligence. After the collapse, a viral claim spread everywhere that 700 engineers in India had simply been pretending to be the artificial intelligence all along. The truth appears more nuanced. The company did use real automation for parts of its pipeline, and that viral framing was likely an exaggeration. But the core criticism had shadowed the company its entire life. The artificial intelligence was doing far less than customers and investors were led to believe. Reports described hundreds of developers across India and Ukraine quietly delivering much of what the marketing attributed to Natasha: human hands behind a shiny digital mask. Sound familiar? Nicola once rolled a truck downhill and called it a working prototype. Theranos ran blood tests on somebody else's standard laboratory machines. The playbook is always the same. Sell the future today, deliver it later, and pray the gap between story and reality closes before anybody peaks. In Builder.ai's case, that gap was allegedly not closing at all. It was widening with every quarter and every new funding announcement. By early 2025, the company was burning through cash at speed while carrying revenue numbers that, according to the audit, mostly did not exist. And there was one more ticking problem. $50 million of the money keeping the lights on was not patient equity at all. It was debt. Every fragile empire needs a trigger. For Enron, it was analysts. For FTX, a leaked balance sheet. For Builder.ai, it was an audit. In early 2025, new financial leadership began digging through the books, and what they found set off a chain reaction nobody could stop. In February, the chief wizard stepped down as chief executive, though in perfectly fitting fashion, he held on to the actual job title of chief wizard. A new chief executive was brought in to steady the ship. But you cannot steady a ship whose cargo was allegedly 3/4 imaginary. In April, Bloomberg published its exposé on the alleged round-tripping with Verse Innovation, and the last of the market's patience evaporated within days. Word spread to the lenders, to the partners, and to the investors, and everyone began asking the same quiet question: what exactly is real here? Viola Credit, the firm which had lent the company $50 million, decided it already knew the answer, and it moved with absolutely ruthless speed. The lender reached into Builder.ai's accounts and seized $37 million, leaving roughly $5 million locked in restricted accounts around the world. A company that had raised over $500 million suddenly could not make payroll. The balloon was stretched as far as it could possibly go. The audited numbers finally landed. 2024 revenue restated from $220 million down to roughly $55 million, a 75% haircut. 2023 was restated too, from 180 million claimed down to about 45 million real. The inflation ran through everything. In May of 2025, Builder.ai formally announced it was entering insolvency proceedings, the corporate equivalent of switching off the life support. Around 1,000 employees, roughly 80% of the global workforce, were laid off, many discovering the news in a brief early morning video call. And with that, the balloon that had been inflating for 9 straight years finally burst. $1.5 billion of valuation gone. Microsoft, the Qatar Investment Authority, SoftBank's ecosystem, and dozens of funds watched their stakes go to effectively zero in the space of a few weeks. For a sense of scale, this was one of the best-funded artificial intelligence startups in all of Europe, and it did not fade away slowly. It detonated. And then came the investigators. United States federal prosecutors in New York reportedly requested the company's financial records shortly before the insolvency filing was even announced. The founder has denied wrongdoing, and the full legal picture is still unfolding. So we will have to wait to see what the investigations finally conclude. The postmortems, meanwhile, wrote themselves. How did professional investors hand this company more than $500 million without ever verifying the machine worked? Did anyone actually look under the hood? Or did everyone just see the letters A and I on a pitch deck and reach for their checkbooks? So, what can we actually learn from the wreckage here? Because this story is much bigger than one company and one exceptionally charismatic founder. Lesson 1 is about gold rushes. When capital is desperate to chase a trend, skepticism quietly becomes the scarcest and most valuable thing in the market. In 2021, you could raise millions by putting crypto in a pitch deck. By 2023, the magic word had simply become artificial intelligence. Lesson 2 is older than Silicon Valley itself. Revenue can be manufactured on paper, but actual cash arriving from actual customers cannot be faked forever. It is the same lesson taught by Enron, by WorldCom, and by Wirecard. When growth looks impossibly smooth, someone should be asking who is really paying. Lesson 3 is the uncomfortable one. The fake it till you make it culture keeps producing these stories because, quite frankly, it usually works. For every collapse like this one, there are companies that faked it, made it, and were never caught. The line is only drawn after the fact. There is even a fresh phrase for the whole practice now. Artificial intelligence, washing, dressing ordinary human labor up in the costume of a thinking machine. Regulators on both sides of the Atlantic are now watching for it because investors burned by one costume tend to start checking everyone else's scene. And the money has not stopped flowing into artificial intelligence. It has accelerated, which makes the seams matter more now than they ever have. As for the chief wizard himself, he has kept right on building, publicly insisting the technology was real and that this story has been unfairly told. Maybe history will be kinder to him than the auditors were, but the restated numbers, the seized accounts, and the 1,000 lost jobs are not allegations. Builder.ai will now be remembered alongside Theranos and Nikola, a cautionary tale from an era that desperately wanted to believe in magic. Because that is the real product this company sold. Not apps and not artificial intelligence, but belief, packaged and priced for a market starving for it. Remember the pitch from the very beginning? Software as easy as ordering pizza? In the end, what got delivered was a very expensive, empty box. The next Builder.ai is almost certainly out there right now, raising money on a demo, a domain name, and a very confident smile. So, the next time a product claims its intelligence is artificial, it is worth asking gently, how many humans are standing behind that curtain? If this story taught you something, the best way to support the channel is simply to subscribe and share this video with someone who invests. We have more stories like this one coming. The frauds, the collapses, and the comebacks that are quietly shaping the age of artificial intelligence. That is it from me. Thanks for watching the AI Build. I will see you in the next episode. And until then, stay curious and stay skeptical.